don't. So he's self-taught and continuously learning. Crashed this whole process. So Mr. Brown, he's got his microwave pyrolysis machine. Instead of using propane, he uses microwave transformers to heat this stuff up. Because it's more efficient and he can power it with solar panels. And over the last few years, you know, he's been making steady progress. He's been, I mean, look at this thing. That looks way better than the other one that we saw. And then before you know it, it looks like this. And it's like, whoa, this thing looks like a fucking time machine, dude. What is this guy building? If I saw my neighbor building this in his backyard, I'd have...
The boys are at New Mom's pretty deep. I wonder what's going on over there. No handy. Oh, these are shooting funerals? Holy hell.
See the pool of blood on the front door to it.
Yeah. Back on the killing, cause Rodham told me do the music.
What is up, ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls? It is your least favorite motor.
It's my boy Brian 66, and he a well-known biker through Chicago, through the rack. So we just go watch the video. I'm finna roll me up a fatty. You know, got some good high grade OG, you know, and we smoke the best. Got some woods. Got a couple of packs of you wanna just but of course the white. Can't go wrong with the white ones. Can't get the white, get you the rest.
Coming to you,
So,
not a...
We'll get right into it. Let's see how we looking on the live. All right, we all good. We streaming. We got this. All right, for sure. Let's jump back into it.
636. I am on my Grom today. I realized I don't even know if I've ever done a video on this particular Grom. I've owned it for almost 2 years now. It's a 2019 white, beautiful, pretty much stock Grom. You know, bars, exhaust, axle sliders.
Where y'all watching from?
Sets.
I mean, no, son.
That's about it. It's not much to it. No handbrakes, no cage, no nothing like that. Today we are on Cicero and Augusta, and we're going to do a little bit of a different type of video today. I was watching the news, and they were talking about how
Cicero and
on the west
Augusta,
side was indicted not long ago in
FPL West.
trial, and a couple of these guys were convicted from Wicked Town. And they brought up one of their main enemies. He goes by the name Pluto 2 Times, which was an old school rapper from out here.
People does that you won't make it. Where you at? Say your location.
And in that they disclosed how many murders this guy had done in his very short life. He's rumored to have killed over 10 people here in the city, primarily in the Austin and West Garfield Park area.
Man,
and I just thought,
10
I've
bodies.
done a video on gang beef like this in a long time. I think the last one was my O-Block one. So I'm going to bring you guys to a couple key places, discuss some of the history around Ghost Mob, Wicked Town, some of these old school West Side sets, and talk about the short and violent and pretty prolific life of Pluto 2 Times. Because it just got me thinking, most people, I bet you 99.9% of people...
He always be going through, touching on the history of Chicago and stuff. I personally be riding with him every Monday. We be having bike meets and stuff. But yeah, he just a cool motherfucker. Touching on the history, whether it's good and bad on the city of Chicago. So look him up. Y'all probably already know about him, Brian 636, but
people watching this have never heard of Pluto 2 Times. And most people have heard of people like Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, and Jeffrey Dahmer, you know, serial killers. But there's serial killers here in our city, and people, they don't even know they exist, or their life and death story. And I think this is a pretty good one to cover, just because he is late now, he is deceased, so there's not too much of a problem with me talking about some of the stuff that he's rumored to have done. And you guys are going to recognize a lot of these areas. As we cross over Cicero Ave, we've just entered South Austin. Actually, no, this is North Austin, my bad. Noah's Foods. This is actually part of the neighborhood where my late grandma and my great aunt grew up. A couple blocks from here, where I'm about to show you. Turn left on the Iowa here. As we get up here, this is Lamont and Iowa. This is the 4900 block.
Yeah,
This is where
L-Town.
Ghost Mob has claimed for decades. This is where Pluto Two Times is from. This is where a lot of his gang members are from. There's a pretty active couple blocks here on the far west side of the city. And it's been
They
this way
get
for
busy
a
in
long time.
the Austin neighborhood. I ain't gonna
Cicero
doubt.
Ave, so you're about a block off of each major Ave. Yeah, this is where he hailed from. They go by Ghost Mob, they go by 4900. And he's originally from right here.
I used to stay on Austin in Iowa.
Deep. Wonder what's going on over there. All right, guys, so before
Stayed over there
was
for
even an adult, he called
Probably
his
the first 10 years of my life before I
He
moved
literally beat a grown man to
to the
death
suburbs
before he
and
was a
shit,
rapper,
to
before
Maywood.
He was even out of high school. He was a freshman at the time. A 43-year-old by the name of Antonio Baker, right up here on the left, on the 1000 North block of LeClaire. So right here, 1000.
Off of Leclerc.
LeClaire, Augusta. Perfect, yeah. So he was 15 at the time with his friend when he was at a house party where they were just hanging out, when he began beating Antonio and eventually taking a big Bluetooth speaker and smashing it on top of his head. There was witnesses. The police showed up 20 minutes later and actually arrested Pluto Two Times and his friend. This was Pluto's first introduction into the judicial system, and he was actually charged as an adult. Got fresh crime scene tape here. This is definitely not from back when he committed his first murder years back. All right, so he's looking at first-degree murder. He hires an attorney. His attorney was able to argue that not only was the man on heroin at the time, but he also suffered from asthma, that he died from his asthma conditions and not the beating and the Bluetooth speaker pounding on his head. Fast forward a couple months, the charges are dropped. Pluto is a free man, a free kid. 'Cause he was
Pluto!
a juvenile at the time. His friend's charges get dropped as well, and Pluto is back on the streets. So he beat his first murder conviction while he is still a minor. Hey, how's it going? He shoots and kills another young man. Convicted on first-degree murder. There's a snitch. Within a couple weeks, the witness, the snitch, recants their statement. The charges are dropped again. Pluto doesn't do a single day in jail. So he's charged for 2 first-degree murders before he is 18. So now Pluto is an adult. He is 18. His friends are encouraging him to start doing rap as he does have a real talent for music and get out of the streets, stop killing. He's about to become the face of Ghost Mob for rapping. Now, since he is an adult now and social media is becoming more a part of his life, we're able to go a little bit more in depth on more of his upcoming killings that Pluto is accused of. Still got all these old shot spotters up. So he's got your pod camera and your shot spotter, but the shot spotters don't work anymore because the city stopped paying for them, so they're just gonna rust away. Kind of crazy. Welcome to Chicago. Roll through, pull up a second gear. Over this bumpy ass road. Over this crazy. Welcome to Chicago. The city stopped paying for them, so they're just gonna rust away. Kind of crazy. Welcome to Chicago. Roll through, pull up a second gear. Over this bumpy ass road. Perfect, Chicago Ave. Just where I was going. 5400. I'll put it up for you. I gotta do all that? Appreciate it, guys. Alright, I'll try. So here we go. Here is 5200 West Chicago Ave. A couple of minutes.
Chicago Ave,
There's
yeah.
something really significant on this block, and this is more recent. The Cook County Sheriff's Office. There's only 2 of them in Chicago. There's one here on the west side and one downtown. All the offices. There's one literally right here on this block. So fast forward to April 1st, 2017. A young man by the name of Steph Curry. Don't I know you? Big Rocky? Why are you looking at me like you know me? Yeah, what's his name? Brian 636? Man, that guy. What's up, dude? I'm Brian. Yeah. There's me. I'm out here doing a video. Yeah. I was out there with the Puerto Rican guys on Sunday. The Pan Am ST, yeah. Yeah. Can I have an Altoid? Can I have an Altoid? Thank you. Do you know who Pluto Two Times is? Old school West Side rapper. I'm doing like a little mini doc on him. This is where he caught his third body, right here at 5200 West Chicago. So I'm doing like a little mini doc on him. There's people behind you waiting, bro. See you guys. Bye.
So like I was saying, April 1st, 2017, a young man by the name of Sosa Curry, 23 years old, was sitting...
That boy was surprised as hell. He was like, oh, what?
It's now turned into a pretty nice safe space by the city, because this used
You like,
to be...
see, Bear, I told you that was
He
Brian.
was sitting in his car when he was approached by a gunman and shot in his head. So bad that
Damn,
he did not
damn.
have an open casket.
Damn.
Hello. Man, everyone's just happy to see me today, huh? You're just happy to see people. I love your smile. Have a beautiful day.
She said, yeah, okay.
And not only was it not enough that he didn't get to have an open casket for his family, the rumors began surfacing pretty quick that this was Pluto and guys from the Ghost Mob, and sure, they began posting videos of them going to Sosa's gravesite, stomping on and defacing his gravesite. Pretty crazy. Chicago West, love no limits. So even though the evidence is there, and I'm sure the police at the time, whether it was the sheriffs or CPD or the FBI, they were looking into this, I'm sure, but they just did not have the evidence to convict or bring charges against Pluto. And this is actually the time that his rap career is
Right there on what's that, Laramie and a half?
Again, he is getting pressured, not only just his friends, but the gangs themselves, but Ghost Mob themselves, to get out of the streets and start doing music. And he's put this in a couple of his lyrics.
Had to fall back on the kill. Cause bro, them told me do the music.
Pluto just cannot do that. He would rather be a shooter, and that's what he wanted. My people, my love, my people protect. Right up here at Laramie in Chicago, got a little story for you guys. I got my own story from right here. This is where I got my stolen Grom back from during the riot.
We good. We're getting our stolen bike back, man. When somebody steals one of our bikes, we get that thing back. We're all good.
I know I don't think I talked about it much, but the third day during the riots when I was covering them, my Grom was stolen. And less than 48 hours later, me and my friends found the young man that had it at this gas station, and it was pretty smooth and seamless getting it back from him, actually. It was pretty smooth and seamless. Handed him the gas pump, acting like I was his friend, and I was not his friend. Don't steal from us. We're going to head south on Laramie here as we head to Pluto's...
We don't play about our bikes. We don't play about none of our toys, man.
Homicide. We're heading southbound now into the south part of Austin.
Shit costs too much motherfucking money.
Shift the second gear. See if we'll do a little no handy. Okay, here we go. 700 block of Laramie, and the memorial's still out here. This I just saw on the news yesterday. This is extremely fresh.
Detectives right now are still trying to get to the bottom of exactly what happened here. Relatives say the victim had no known enemies and had actually just begun working at this store. Police recovered evidence from inside. The store owner telling me the gunman walked right into the meat cooler and started shooting. There was no argument or exchange of words beforehand. The victim, known as Monty, died at Mount Sinai Hospital.
This is extremely sad too, and this just sounds like a hit. It just sounds like a hit, and it makes stores like this become less and less frequent in our neighborhood. It was here only a couple days ago where a young worker had just began work a week and a half before. He was actually in the freezer, and a man walked in and shot him in the head. So it just sounds like a hit. His family said he's not involved with any gangs or the streets, and it's just bizarre. It really is. Makes no sense if that's the case. So I would either guess that there's a woman involved or some other motive if that really is the case, because he's working a real job, 9 to 5.
No.
Something's going on. It doesn't sound right. District 15 from Chicago Police Department is investigating, and it's all over the news. Memorial there. It's a big deal. Something tells me they're gonna find that guy. What the hell's going on out here?
Just a funeral? Funeral? Is it a funeral?
Yeah, some of these funerals get pretty big from this funeral home and another one down here on Madison. There's always a pretty big police presence when they're going down, especially if it was a violent act. Emotions are definitely high out here. All right, and literally with the funeral still in our rear view, welcome to the 5500 block of West Monroe. It was right here that only months after him shooting Sosa, that a green SUV came flying down this block, occupants exited, and the rumored shooter is Pluto, killed 13-year-old Too Hot, right here. A witness gave a vague description. It matched Pluto. About 5 weeks after the murder, Pluto admitted to it on Instagram, literally admitted to it, saying Too Hot's pants were too tight. That's why he fell down when he was chasing, well, publicly on Instagram. And once again, he was not convicted, and no charges were brought about him. Damn, you had something going fast, boy.
Smack the pole.
What do we got here? What up? Yeah, it is. What's that? Amyet? I've never heard of that before. Oh, you got to get it registered? I got to get my motorcycle registered. Oh. You got your dreads hanging out of your visor still, dude. All right, brother. Well, be safe out here, huh? Huh? Brian. Yeah, what's your name? Liam? Good to meet you, Liam. Be safe out here, all right? That was cute. What's your name? We can probably ride out later. Coming down Jackson Boulevard on a gloomy Chicago day. See if I'll roll a stoppie. Groms are so great for learning how to do stoppies and foot brake and all that stuff. I 10 out of 10 recommend you learning on one. And all the guys, foot brake and all that stuff. I 10 out of 10 recommend you learning on one. And all the guys that are like, oh no, I can't learn on one. I'm 6'3", 245. It's like, dude, come on. Everyone's on these things. I will never sell my ground. Funeral. Everyone's on these things. 6. And all the guys that are like, oh no, I can't learn on one. I'm 6'3", 245. It's like, dude, come on. Everyone's on these things. I will never sell my ground. Funeral. They got the whole block closed down now. Meep, meep. What's up, gentlemen? How we doing? All right, guys, as we go eastbound of Cicero, we have left Austin's neighborhood, and we've now entered into Garfield Park. And I'm bringing you to what is, without a doubt, Pluto's catalyst of violence. And it took place on a very familiar block with a very familiar face on it. We'll be there in a couple minutes. Nothing like scooting around on a Grom. Here we go. Welcome. Yep, welcome to the 4200 block.
In K-Town now.
Madison. And who do we have here? My good buddy and
Right off Carson. That nigga stay out there.
All is well. I'm a little cold out here today. What does this say? Boyish. The woman stuck between being sexy and comfortable, no waist trainer needed.
Let them know I don't want that. Why you wearing it? 'Cause I don't want that.
You've been on this block for a long time, haven't you? Long time. Do you remember, were you here in 2017? Okay. So I'm doing a little video on Pluto. Do you remember there was a triple homicide that happened here? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I'm got to talk a little bit about that one. I know you can. Shorty does not condone this message. So it was right here at the Quick Food Mart on September 19th, 2017, only a couple months after Pluto's last homicide. A 19, a 22, and a 23-year-old, as well as a 25-year-old.
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
Solo shooter got out.
Yeah, they ass dirty. All three of their ass.
You could literally see the pool of blood on the
Yeah,
front.
that
It
shit
was a pretty horrific and eerie homicide, as the shooter, or rumored shooter, being Pluto, really wanted every single one of these guys dead.
Yeah, they ass dirty. I don't even fuck with them niggas and shit.
Hospital.
I don't gangbang, so.
North Lawndale, it's on Ogden and California, where every single one of them, besides the 25-year-old, succumbed to their injuries. So 3.
I don't gangbang, but I know motherfuckers that doing shit.
Yeah.
It was just before
That shit ain't no joke, man. Motherfuckers.
The 4200 block of West Madison.
Motherfuckers still talk about that shit to this day.
40 markers were on the ground as police evidence technicians processed the scene.
Motherfuckers, that used to be the kicking spot
Related matter.
for a lot of niggas. They used to just be the
eerie scene.
They kicking spot and shit. They used to always be right there in front of that store. It's a drive up. It's a drive up convenience store.
This is always a busy place to be.
They got everything in that motherfucker, you feel?
Going on, Killer in Madison.
So it's just a little convenience spot. Motherfuckers just be standing out there all the time and shit. Probably selling drugs or whatever. He bailed out on their ass.
No, neither. I'm just a little bit of hearsay.
Blick the whole blick 3 they ass,
How much
shorty.
do I charge? What do I look like, a working girl? How much do I charge?
That's why I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's for rent. Oh, Renthal. Why, you want to rent it? Oh, no. No. All right, brother, holler at me. Good to see you as always, bro.
About this mini motorcycle, but she said she got to get the front wheels fixed.
Who, this one? This... Oh, okay. That'd be fun. You come ride with us? All right, brother. Be smooth. I do not want to be in this funeral procession. I need to get out of here. We got security.
Bro, you on the ground. Get the
So
fuck
it's at
out.
this time that Pluto's beginning to rap about some of this. He's really the face of Ghost Mob and really their main shooter. And it goes on this way for years, actually. What the hell? And it's just another day in Chicago where we have guys that have over 9, 10, 11 homicides under their belt, and they're still on the street. Ooh, that thing's nasty. No, thank you. Everyone wants to sell weed out here. This thing's nasty. Come on, spin it!
Nah. That bitch got a supercharger.
Here, the
The
supercharger
head is
on it.
supercharger, bro. That bitch wham.
Now put it in gear and spin the tires.
Hell no how.
Man, talk about an active day. This is our 3rd funeral today. Why is there so many funerals today? There's a funeral on Madison there, Madison here, Washington here. What do you mean? Oh, these are shooting funerals? Holy hell. 3rd funeral of the day. And,
Man, that's really how it be, shit.
it was a wild couple weeks, lots of shootings. So,
For no,
hopefully,
I'm pretty sure they getting, they service.
or any acts of retaliation.
They getting hella money.
A very common thing in Chicago is
It's fucked up.
retaliations at the funerals, retaliations at the hospital, the ambulance ride there. That's why a lot of ambulances are police.
But they ass, I know they ass eating good off of the killings in Chicago and shit. I mean, somebody gotta do it.
I'll tell you, for Urban, getting around, there's not much better than a grown, and I am a grown man. I'm a tall, grown boy. So I don't want to hear, oh, I'm too big for it. I ain't trying to hear it. All right, guys, here we are on Cicero Ave, coming up on the 700 block, which is Chicago and Cicero. Fast forward exactly 2 years from the triple homicide that Pluto was believed to be associated with doing. And September 28, 2019, he was stopped at this light with a girl in the car when a white sedan, a white four-door car, approached him and shot him in the head and the torso, as well as the female in the torso. The female survived, Pluto did not. This is like anything in the city. Dirt will eventually catch up with you. And if you do a lot of people dirty in the long run, I do believe that it will catch up with you. So it seems to be that way, because a lot of our super prolific, well-known, shooters and guys that have been around and doing this and bragging about doing this for years, it normally ends in that way. Before the feds, before the police can even catch up with them, the streets do. And it's a really sad thing, because Pluto is only 22 years old, and he ended multiple other young people, 13 years old, too hot. 13. I mean, every single one of these guys are young dudes. It's just, it seems like the streets go
Shit, they may not make it seem like they went in the streets, but you never know what motherfuckers be out doing this shit.
With some of these guys, and Pluto's a good example, I really do think it is about the thrill of posting about that he's doing it, the thrill that other people know that he is like a top shooter within the city. And it's crazy.
But most of the motherfuckers that be on Madison, them
just as many
folks, they run the whole Madison shit.
almost guarantee you no one has heard of Pluto 2
All the way from-
besides probably now, as he wasn't really big in the rap game unless you were
Shit,
pretty
really all the way from motherfucking
local drill rap. I need to-
west of the motherfucking Laramie shit, west of the motherfucking Oak Park,
I'm not encouraging this
all down Madison.
violence. I'm
All the
simply
foes.
documenting it, especially now that he is late, you know, he is deceased. This has been a long time. The feds have come in and did a whole sweep on Wicked Town, which was their main
Feds did a
and
sweep.
some of those guys, and that story is even crazier, I feel like. But as far
Yeah,
as
let's go ahead.
individual with a lot of homicides at this
Let's
time,
find us another video.
Pluto 2 time stands out, and there's quite a few others, and it's crazy just how many guys are walking around the
Let's
city
see what else is
with
going
that.
on.
What up, boys? You know, it could be any single
Search
guy
for the
standing
most
on
on
the
the
corner.
drive.
Kind of crazy to think about. All right, guys, right above where the train looting happened, actually. Kinsey and Leclerc. First vlog on this Grom, although I've had it for a long time. I don't always like to vlog on my Grom. It's not the most exciting bike, but I do have a blast riding it, and I need to get it more in my fleet. For everyone that says, oh man, I want more Harley, I want more S1000, I want more 636, I want more Surron. I do my best, guys. I really do. I do my best to alternate the bikes. I love all of them. They're all different tools, you know. I can't just eat Korean food every day, and I can't just eat Italian food every day. I got to switch it up. This was a long time coming. I hope you guys' image of the city is still a good one, as there is so many great people here.
If you want uncut and extended versions of my videos, go to patreon.com/traplordross. Also, you can now watch my new drops on Spotify, so go search me there. Here's the video. 051 Melly is one of the most notorious gangsters in Chicago history. Given the nickname the Chirac Gravedigger, Melly is undoubtedly one of the most dangerous people to ever emerge from the Windy City, with rumors of him having caught as many as 15 bodies while participating in up to 43 different hits in multiple overlapping gang wars. Melly was as feared as he was respected. He applied so much pressure to his enemies in the streets that when he finally ended up losing his life, his ops were ecstatic, with many taking to the recording booth to diss this demonic shooter that had been terrorizing them for years. Melly really struck fear into the most seasoned Chicago shooters, with the likes of King Von rumored to have had 7 bodies of his own, celebrating Melly's death with glee in his most famous song, Back Again. While King Von gained a reputation as rap's first serial killer for his alleged 7 murders that he got away with and rapped about, many in the city had already dubbed
Hold on.
his alleged 7 murders that he got away with and rapped about, many in the city had already dubbed Melly as the original serial killer of the Chicago streets. The difference is, Melly never released music, but simply rose to notoriety through his reputation as a shooter and killer, whispered in the streets by those he pressured, and extensively praised by rappers from his own gang for his extensive street portfolio. The mysterious murderer has been made famous by the Chicago drill community, but until now, nobody has ever determined once and for all the extent to which Melly was indeed a serial killer who caught bodies as routinely as a regular citizen catches the bus. So today, we're going to break down once and for all.
Man, I'm finna get on the game. Fuck all this. Shit. I mean, do what you want, chat.